Okay, so this is the hotel I stayed at. I'll kind of give you a view. There's not much to look at, but it's Hong Kong. So, like, you just see down this next street, it's a bunch of hardware stores. And if you go toward this side, there's restaurants and stuff like that. And that's kind of getting toward the town. I think there's only 3 or 4 floors at this hotel. I can't remember, but I want to say 3. So, kind of a small hotel. You got a little safe, which I never use. By the time I figure out how to put my stuff in there and set the code, I was like, forget it. I just carry my money with me everywhere. So full-size bed, got a little table, little phone if you need to call somewhere local, I guess. TV that had like 6 stations on it, and it was like public TV, so nothing really to watch. Let's see, you got a hairdryer, Ethernet cord, I don't know, some kind of internet box maybe, remote for TV, remote for air conditioner, 2 pairs of slippers, way to just heat up some water, you want to cook or something, I guess, or make some coffee. I thought I had a coffee maker in here, but yeah. So that's that. And yeah, pretty nice sized bathroom. Got your sink, hand soap. I didn't know it, but they had toothpaste and not toothpaste. Yeah, it's toothpaste and toothbrush in there. Nice shower. You got the overhead and the sprayer. Really, really strong hot water pressure too. It felt good. I stayed in the shower probably 30 minutes this morning, just kind of getting ready. Towels and toilet paper back there. And you got body wash and soap right there, and it smells good. It doesn't feel cheap or smell cheap or anything. So let me make sure I got everything, double check on the spot here. And the front desk was like really, really super helpful and friendly, and like as far as this hotel goes, yeah, no complaints with the hotel. Let me get this little card out. I guess I could show this. I didn't know how to turn the lights on. You gotta have this card in here for this light to work, but anyway, so that's that. Let me take that little card out. I don't know if it runs some kind of battery or something down, but okay. So this is the outside. I'm gonna try to be quiet because I don't know if everybody's sleeping. But yeah. So it's not a big hotel. This is the end of it here. You can go downstairs this way. But here's the elevator. So everything's clean, I thought. Real nice. And then they got this is one cool thing, it's got the Wi-Fi password everywhere, so I could find it. Yeah, 3 floors, so real small hotel. I mean, it's all, anybody needs as far as stuff. It's pretty clean in here, Everything's small, but it's similar to New Orleans, everything's going to be, it's not going to be big, so. Anyway, I'm going to go front desk, check out, but I guess I'll show the lobby real quick. So this is people that haven't checked in. They just leave their luggage. Then the hotel lobby here. Super friendly people. Okay, so this is the outside of the hotel. You just press that little button, I guess, keep the air in. Oh, and it had a little map on this chalkboard. That was really helpful because I didn't know where anything was. It's got like little landmarks. So it took me a while. Google Maps was incorrect on where this hotel was. So that's the outside of the hotel, but that's okay. It's part of the fun of going to someplace new is just getting out and exploring, right? So down the street was just hardware stores, stuff like that, and we'll walk this way. I didn't really plan on doing a lot of video in Hong Kong. I mainly just wanted to spend time with my girlfriend, but today it's only like 7 o'clock in the morning. My flight's not until 4 in the afternoon, so I figure I'd get out, go eat some breakfast, kind of see what all's to see around Hong Kong early in the morning, and and I just jaywalked. Oh, that's another thing. The little light here, if it's not green and making that little ding 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 kind of noise, if it's red, right? Well, if you walk across, that's jaywalking. And someone told me it was like the equivalent of $250 fine. I think it's 3,000 Hong Kong dollar maybe for the fine if you. And there's police everywhere too. So, well, I don't know. I say that, but if one did see you jaywalking, you know, you would definitely get a ticket. I guess it's the equivalent of like speeding in a car, you know. But let's see. So here we got the green lights, and now we're walking. Real tall buildings. You'll usually see businesses on the bottom, but then they'll have some businesses going toward the top. I was talking to someone about construction, and they were saying like William, my friend Anna, she's been a pen pal to me now for almost 20 years. I mean, long time. So I met her and her husband for the first time. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit the video. I may introduce Anna and William early on, and then it may be later. I'm not sure, but so not too far from the hotel, and I'm already at the MTR. So that was pretty quick to get to. This place is where I got the money exchange. So first, I got it exchanged at the airport, and it was so I exchanged $200, and they charged me $20 for the exchange difference, you know, for their fee. But this place, it was only $2. So I think it's like a flat 10% fee for, I think it's global exchange, and this Compo money exchange was only 1%. So that's huge. I mean, if you're converting a lot of money. But you can kind of see what it's like here. You got a Circle K, 7-Eleven, stuff like that. Pretty much, I mean, it's on every other corner. You got a 7-Eleven, so. And my girlfriend's gonna probably watch this video and wonder if I've got this bracelet on. She bought me this bracelet. It's supposed to help with like stress and depression. I don't know if it does or not, but you know, maybe in theory. But it's supposed to have some kind of magnets or something, so I'm gonna give it a try today. So I'm gonna wear it on the whole flight. So here's the subway. It even says subway right there, I guess. But so that's gonna be the entrance way I go. But I don't really know where everything is, but I do know where Jollibee is, and that's it's a weird combination. They have like spaghetti, pancakes, fried chicken. You know, and it's cheap. It's really, really cheap. But so this is Nathan Road. It's kind of like the main shopping type stuff like that. Anytime you see like a building, it says like a. Let me see if I can find something like Landham Place, right? Or this building. All right. So in all this, there's a whole bunch of different shops. Maybe not in this one particular, but when you see like a large building, it's either going to have a whole bunch of flats in it, like apartments, or it's going to have a bunch of businesses. Like this is like just one main building, but there's probably thousands of shops in here. Here's another 7-Eleven. It's quick and easy if you want to go in and grab a drink, just like a fast food. I mean, not a fast food, like a gas station, a convenience store. So we'll walk down here. It doesn't really matter what stop you get on at the MTR, because it's going to be, I mean, it all kind of connects. So, and it's so cheap. It's like you're looking at maybe, so for me to go 5 or 6 stops on the MTR on the red line, right? So that's one little stretch where different cities are. It was only $15.50. So I mean, divide that by 7, so $2. So really, really cheap. And I want to say Jollibee's behind here, but it could be down a little bit further. I can't remember. All I know is it's close to here. It's wherever this, and it may not be open yet. That's another thing. Or I could be on the wrong street. Maybe I don't know where I'm going. It don't matter. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it's one more over. That's probably, because I remember it was a zigzag. I don't think I went far enough. I think it's the next street. Yeah. So you have these buses, which I don't really want to learn the bus lines, because sometimes it takes. I mean, you might be going like 7 or 8 buses, you know. And there's really no need to take the taxi, I don't think. I mean, maybe if you're lost and you need somewhere to get you exactly where you need to go, but you'll see a McDonald's way off in the distance there. I don't know if you can see it. But so Nathan Road's one of the main roads. I was on Canton Road, so it's a little side road, more or less. Or not a side road, but it's a smaller road. And as soon as this light turns green, I'm going across. There we go. So green, so no ticket. Which I hadn't even seen any police officers. Maybe it's early in the morning, they just, you know. But I want to say Jollibee was up here. Or it could be down there, I don't know. It don't matter. I think it is down there. I don't think I went far enough. So there's Agrila, I think that's how you say it. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's down here. Yeah, I think it's a little bit further. I want to say it is right on Nathan, but if not, there's a McDonald's right there. And that might be cool, you know, to check out, to see what, you know, the price is. I might do that instead, because I ate at Jollibee. And this is one I could find. You know, I know I could find the McDonald's right there. So this is down Nathan Road. You see all the businesses. You'll see little signage. Of course, some of it is in Chinese, so I don't know what it says. But you know, most of the time when it's in Chinese, it's nothing that you really need, or you know, as a tourist. You know, it's more or less just like everyday life for you know, the Hong Kong people. Stuff like maybe banking, real estate, stuff like that. Yeah, there it is, way off in the distance, Jollibee. Which, like I said, I already ate there. It's good. It's good. I wanted to check out the spaghetti. Like Michelle was always telling me about the spaghetti. I did eat the fried chicken. It reminded me of Popeyes, if that, but not as crispy. Like in Hong Kong, they're more about like the chicken being juicy, and me, I don't know. Maybe it's just personal preference, but I like stuff really crunchy and crispy and stuff like that. But yeah, it was good though, really good, and it was cheap. Good Lord, it was cheap. I may just like flash the camera on the menu so you can check it out. I'm not sure how well the audio is picking up on this. I don't have any kind of microphone or anything, but yeah, so the street does a little zigzag where you cross right here. That's the only way I remembered it, but I am going to go back to McDonald's and eat this morning. Okay. So a lot of people carry stuff on little carts, bicycles, stuff like that. You see that everywhere. There's a lot of community service workers that do a lot of sweeping. So I'm really early in the morning. I noticed this too, like the streets don't really start opening up until about, it was like around 10 o'clock. So if you're up at like 8 or 9 in the morning, you know, don't be surprised, everything may still be closed. But then again, everything stays open. It's like New Orleans. Like everything will be open till 3 or 4 in the morning. Okay, so now yeah, it's not even open. Doesn't even open until 7:30. I think it's right at 7 o'clock here. Let's see. Maybe it'll show some of the menu. I can't really zoom in. But anyway, good prices, really good prices. This is like a favorite Filipina kind of restaurant, I think. Oh, this was cool. A bunch of claw machines. They got these everywhere around here. Like, I don't know. It's not anything that I would really care about, but maybe a little kid, you know. I just thought it was neat to see that many. Okay, it's still got red light. So there's that McDonald's. I may have to go to that one because that's 24 hours, but I think this other one's already open. It's surely by now. Okay, I don't know what this is. Windsor Spa. So I guess that's hold on, I got the green. Yeah, I was sitting there staring at it. Here we go. So maybe it's like a facial, like women type, you know, stuff like that. Go across here. It's still really cool. I mean, it would take it would take forever to see everything. Like if you went in every building and just explored. So, you know, but. Let's see. Alright, so that's IBC is like a bank, I think. I'll show on this side, I guess. Yeah, I wish all these doors were open where you could see everything, you know, like what everything's, you know, how everything is. So during the day, this street's busy, really busy. I want to say this is the road that you might see like I think it's 7 million people on at one time. But it's, I mean, it is a long road given that. But anyway, so here's another subway, and this actually might be the subway system I take. See a little signage there. But then again, I may just, yeah, I don't know yet. I'm gonna take the subway. So they got the bus lines, how everything connects and stuff like that. It does have the Chinese, but then it's got the English right next to it. Here's a KFC. And everything on the kiosk, you pay and order there. That may be the way this McDonald's is, but I'm not sure. So if you're local, you pretty much take the buses, I would think, because that's the cheapest option. Of course, I'm trying to stay away from the buses. I don't know. I would rather spend $2 and have a short duration than I would spending 50 cents, you know. When it's the difference of 50 cents and $2, I'm not gonna, you know, that doesn't bother me. But whenever it's like $20 and $2, you know, if it's that kind of difference, yeah, I might. So yesterday, Michelle and I took the bus instead of catching a taxi, but that was mainly because we couldn't find a taxi. Okay, I'm making this video like all out of order. I should have started off telling you about the flight and stuff like that, but I'm just now getting around to sitting. So it's like a weird thing to do to eat on the street, like with street food. Like I guess you take it back to your house to eat it or the hotel. But I don't know, I couldn't even check into the hotel just yet because I can't check in until 3 and it's only like 9 o'clock. So anyway, I'm on the hunt for some body wash. You wouldn't think it would be that hard to find, but it is. But so anyway, one thing I was craving was it's shumai and fish balls. So that's one of the street foods that I love to eat. And so I finally found a place that had them, and they were like really affordable. So I'll kind of show you what that is. Alright, so this is maybe about like a pint full of fish balls. I think that's around, there must be about 20 of them in this thing. Alright, so this is the fish balls, and this is the shumai. So, and the woman put like some spicy sauce on it and stuff. So this is delicious right here. So, and then the fish balls, I haven't tried one yet, but it should be just as good. Spin this around here where I can see. There we go. Alright, so this is first food item, like street food wise from Hong Kong that I've eaten. So, this is the shumai. It's just good. And then this is the little fish ball. So it's like pretty much just bread and meat, and then they deep fry it. It's a little chewy. Definitely tastes like actual fish. You know, feels like you just ate some catfish, is what it is. I don't know, these may even be old. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I don't know. I've tried them before and they didn't really taste like this fishy, but I don't know. I mean, it was cheap too. 25 bucks got me a Coke and then 2 pints of each. So that's about 25 bucks. Pretty much my exchange rate was like 7. So at the airport it was 7.03, and then I found a place up the street from the hotel, and that was $7.70. So it was only like 10 cents off for the exchange rate. I only did half of what I was planning on spending in Hong Kong at the airport. I didn't know, and I was tired, and I just wanted to get to the hotel. So anyway, I'm just gonna eat these this shumai, and then I'm gonna toss the rest of those fish balls. I don't know. I think they're just kind of old, but anyway. So kind of wasting time. I check in at 3, and then I get to meet up with some of my friends at 4:30. So anyway, found a little bench in a little alleyway. So I'm sitting down, just gonna eat, and I guess I'm gonna do some pictures and do a little bit of video too around the street. I wasn't planning on doing this part of the like the video, like, you know, filming everything until like probably the very last day, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I got plenty of time to waste today, so I'm just gonna go walk around, do that. I saw they were setting up, I think it's called the Ladies Market or Flower Market, which I don't care about any of that, but it was still cool to walk through. So I'm gonna, maybe they'll have all that set up in another hour, so I'm gonna walk back. And I may just leave this camera like hanging and recording as I'm walking down the street too. I don't know yet. Okay, so this is what I have been waiting to get for years and years, and I couldn't remember what the name of it was. So it's only $9, so that's about maybe like $1.10 for this big old cake, right? And it's called let's see, I think different places call it different, but Malago is one name for it, or Malaysian sponge cake. They call it just steamed sponge cake here. So this is Tong Ki Bao Dim. So, and this is not too far from my hotel. I think my hotel, if I remember right, I gotta look and see, but I think the hotel is like 4 blocks going this way. So this is gonna be how I start every morning with this. This is like my favorite thing in Hong Kong. But yeah, so this is definitely food paradise. Like you'll see stuff hanging up on the street, like chickens, whole chickens, stuff like that, like all kind of stuff. But I just saw like 2 pigs' heads like hanging on some hooks. But anyway, this cake is what it's all about. Like this man, I'm surprised I hadn't finished this by now. But anyway, I'm walking around just checking it out. If you love some good food, this Hong Kong is the place to go. I don't know, maybe Bangkok will be different. That may be better. But all right, I found another little shop that says desserts. I had to go check that out. But anyway, let me tear this thing up. just now seeing on this little SD card, I think it's a 32 gig, that I've got like 2 hours left. I didn't realize I had that much footage left on one card. So I got a little bit of time. I guess I'll take my time walking. But, so this little red and white little section, that means MTR. I'm not sure how far back it was. Excuse me. Go to the to that one that was closest to me. So I'll just go down to this one. I was really wanting to get that Jollibees again this morning. That fried chicken was good. So this is the McDonald's I ate at. I'm probably gonna say a lot. Sorry. I'm trying to improvise on the spot. But yeah. Oh man. That the little iced coconut latte, it was like a natural sweet. So it didn't taste like sugar, really like sugary. It tasted sweet from the coconut. That's what I was tasting. I seriously doubt it had real coconut in it at McDonald's, but I don't know, maybe. Okay, I think the subway's down this way. Maybe, or no, the next one. I did notice a lot of electric bikes, because you can see where it may not be electric, it may just be that it folds. That too, though. So you see a lot of cars. There are cars that go down the road, of course. But I think for the most part, especially if I was living here, I wouldn't have a car. I'll just take the subways and the bus. That's all you need. I don't know. Maybe if I had to do a lot of carrying of things, but even then I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just put everything on a little cart and roll it around like everybody else does. So you don't really see that here. I guess here is more like shopping, but if you go like 2 streets over, that's where you see all these. Everybody just uses carts and bicycles and stuff like that. It's easier to get up and down, or in and out of traffic. I mean. So, all right, so here's a little subway. Go down here. I think it's around. Yeah, I think this is the subway entrance right there. So we'll go back here. All right. Yeah, subway. Yeah, they keep everything really clean around here. I've noticed that. Let's see. So we'll go down here, and I'll probably just record whenever I get to the. I don't know. I got plenty of footage. Who cares, right? I'll just keep it rolling. Yeah, I brought 10 of those SD cards, so, and then I think I had like an extra one that was like an 8 gigabyte, so there should be plenty of footage on here, which I don't know how. I guess I'm just going to record everything everywhere in Thailand. So here we go, trains. I don't really know my way around here, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Yeah, I think I'm going to be super early at the airport, but that's okay too, because I'm not used to the whole travel process. So I need to get on this right side, so I'm out of the way. Some of these people, they speed walk because they got, I'm sure they probably have 2 jobs or something. But that is one thing I've noticed. Like, a lot of people don't have multiple jobs. They just have one job, and they may do let's see where I need to go. I think I buy a ticket over here, and then I have to go through that to get on the subway. But it really only takes a couple of days to get used to it. I mean, the first day you're like, yeah, I don't know what to do, but now it's like, it's pretty easy. Okay, so on here you just select where you want to go. I'm right here, Mong Kok, and according to Michelle, like the easiest way to go is to go back. Go back up here to Langkai or Laking, and then go down. I just hit a ticket. I don't know how to cancel. There we go. Okay. When you touch it, that's where it sends the order or whatever. So I need to get to that green line, and I think I go to Lankai, and that's a little bit cheaper because the other way I was going was like all the way down here to Hong Kong, and then I get on the green line and go here. I may actually do that just because it's only 2 lines. I think this other was 3 lines, so I might be spending an extra $2, but that's okay. So Mong Kok, and I could get a ticket, I think, to go all the way, with both lines. But for now, I'm just going to do Hong Kong, Central Hong Kong. All right, so one adult, $15.50, so $2, and let me pay this real quick. Oh, I got all this change. So on that ticket, I didn't see where you could insert bills. There may be a kiosk where you do, but I just happen to have a whole bunch of change. So this is like $5, $2, $1, and a half dollar, 50 cents. So usually everybody uses an octopus card. I guess that's where you can load them here. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I don't know what that is. So what you do? All right, let me put this change up. I'll kind of go over the money too. That'd be something I could make a video because I got all denominations of bills right now. But so this is the whole process. You buy your ticket at that little kiosk. You come up here, and so you'll scan. You scan and go through. Make sure you go through, like before that door closes. Otherwise, you gotta go back and buy another ticket. And then hold on to the card because you'll need the card to get out. That's another thing. If you lose the card, you gotta buy another card. So we'll go down here, and now we're waiting with all these people, and I gotta remember which way to go. So this way, if you go on this side, or it says right here, it's easy enough. So this one goes to Sun Wan. I don't know if they can zoom in on there. And this one goes to Central. So we're going to Central, and you can see the stops here. So we're we are at Mong Kok, actually Yamate, I think, more or less. I'm gonna cut the camera off so I'm not having it right in somebody's face. Okay, so everybody kind of just piles into these MTR subways. On the last stop, it wasn't that bad, and I think you have to, like, if you're on that line, the main line that goes like from Mong Kok to Central, you can get off before, but you can't stay longer because the ticket won't scan out. And also, like for me to get to the Airport Express, so now it's basically like you just got off the MTR, right? On this line. Yeah, everybody's got to get to work, it looks like. Monday morning for them. So, okay, and I'm on the right. I'm in the way probably, but it'll be okay. Let's see. All right, so now I'm done with this line, and I got to figure out how to get to Airport Express, which I don't know. Before I scan this ticket and get out of here, I guess I'm gonna go with the information desk right here. Ask where the Airport Express is, and just to make sure. What? No need. Here is a little arrow. It says Airport Express on the sign. So I'm going to that direction. I don't know where I'm going. I make it like I'm explaining this to somebody when I don't even know. But I mean, if I'd been here 2 days in a row, like of using it, or 3 days, I'd have it down to a science. But as of right now, I don't. I'm glad I didn't put that little ticket in that machine and go up to, the next line. I don't know. This may run into that as well. I don't know. But let's see if I see a sign somewhere. Yeah, anywhere it says Disneyland, I think that's the line I take. Or no, it's not. It's like they separate that. So you can go to Disneyland, which is kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of weird to have. I guess there's a lot of jobs there and a lot of people go there. There are a lot of people in Hong Kong, so it wouldn't surprise me. It's like in America, they probably got like Disneyland is like its own city probably. So let's see. I don't know where I'm going. I don't see it there. Here we go. Airport Express this way. So I'm gonna keep going in that direction. Let's see. Airport Express. Go. I guess I'm going up. Okay. So I'm going this way. I thought for sure I'd have to scan that little, or insert that little card into a machine to get out of here, but I guess not. I don't know. I'm sure I am at some point, but. Okay. I got plenty of footage. If I don't leave this in the video, I can just edit it out. It doesn't matter. Okay. What is it? I mean, it seems complicated because you're not used to it, but I think after a day or two, anybody could kind of catch on how to do this. So everything's labeled. We're just following the direction of everybody else for the most part. So let me get on the right because I think a lot of people probably pass on the left here. I don't want to slow any of these people down for work. I do notice too, like, I guess because they get tired of tourists, asking them, where's this, where's that, so I try not to, bother people. And I'm sure everybody knows English, that's my age or younger, but a lot of people act like they don't know what you're saying. I think it's just because they don't want to be interrupted though, Or, I noticed the females are real nice. With the males, I try to ask one of them, they just, look the other way, or don't even make eye contact. So, I don't think they're trying to be rude, really, but it's like, I'm sure they see a lot of tourists. Okay. I guess I'm still going to Airport Express. Where did it go? Hold on. Let's see what this sign says. Douglas Street, so that's an exit. I don't see a sign. Yeah, Airport Express. I'm still going the right direction. Now that I'm here, I wish I had scheduled a few more days. I forgot how money kind of stretches here. You can do a lot for, it's not as much as probably Thailand, but probably get to do about a fourth of what you can do in Thailand. But as far as comparing it to America prices, you can do about double what you can do in America. Maybe a little bit more, depending on what you want to do. But, I want to stop and get another one of those lattes. That thing cooled me down. Tasted great. Yeah, the food here is over the top good. Like yesterday, Michelle and I had that crab. Oh god! And it's Chinese lettuce too. And they put it it's like a soy type sauce on top of it, and then boil it. Oh man, it's like the best cabbage you can taste. That's what I would compare it to. It's not really like a salad. It's more like a boiled cabbage type thing. So let's see. And they got little shops here. It's similar to New Orleans as far as like utilizing space. I'm surprised they got this much walkway right here. That's kind of a shock for me. But let's see. So yesterday, Michelle and I went this way, and this is more like going to the next city over. If you're on that line, doesn't look like a lot of people going to the airport. I think that's this direction. I could be wrong. I think I am wrong. Let's see if there's a sign or something. Yeah, well, I guess everybody's going to the airport. Gonna be a lot of us that going this way. So, let's see if I see, yeah, Airport Express. Going this way. Yeah, and so the Airport Express, I'll make a little video of that too. That's definitely a lot different than the MTR. But so on the MTR, it's like ice cold on there. It feels good. It's more like a hospital, you know. Like as far as the temperature, they keep the air conditioner going. Even with a lot of people, it's still cool. So, okay, let's see. Douglas Street. I'm just making sure I'm going down the right thing. Because once you scan that ticket out, if I didn't have the right ticket, I had to buy a new one. Let's see what this says. Can't read it. Airport. Yeah, so I'll go that way. So now we're at the point where you insert this ticket. So I'm done with the subway. So let me find one. See, some of them don't have a little slot for it. They just use this octopus card up top. So you insert the ticket. That opens the little door. You go through. I'm glad they had the sign where I could read it from that gate, or I wouldn't have known. Okay, so now we're exiting. So this is basically like we went down for the subway. Now we're done with the subway. We're taking. So we could have gone up that line a while ago to go to the next city over, or a different line, subway line. But now we're going on the Airport Express. And so for the Airport Express, it's like you get to sit down, stretch out. It's kind of nice. It's air conditioned as well. Not as cold as the MTR, but there's also not as many people on it probably, I guess, so there's not a need. So Airport Express, let's follow this. And with this, I'll probably just go to the little desk if it's open to get the ticket. Last time the kiosk wasn't working, and I think too a lot of these kiosks or a lot of machines or anything like you enter to use, like you have to have exact change. So if you don't have the exact change, you know, kind of out of luck. I mean, you won't get any change back. That's all it is to it. All right, so we're going to Airport Express. Yeah, Airport Express MTR. That's where we need to go. I guess I will do this kiosk. This is the exchange I went through as well. Now they charge 10%, which I'm kind of learning my lesson on that. So next time I'm just going to get enough. And when I go to Thailand, I'm going to get enough just to exchange to get to the hotel. Then I'll find a money exchange that's cheaper. Okay, to airport. Select number of seats. So we're doing one seat, 130 Hong Kong dollars. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my money out, and I'll make a video on the money next, I guess, while I'm on the Airport Express. I can already hear it now. My friend Anna, if she sees this video, she's like, "Oh, you come all the way around the world to eat at McDonald's," but you know, she gave me a time last time about it. So let's do this. I don't know what that says. I think that's start order. Yeah, English. It didn't say start order, but so let's do eat in. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything that might be different. I know at one time they had different type drinks. That's where I'll find something different, I guess. The Japanese green tea. Okay, iced coconut milk latte. White coffee, hot fresh lemon water, coconut flavored latte. Let's see, I don't know if you can see the prices on here, but whatever the number is, divide it by 7, so it's pretty cheap. Okay, so to this morning, I know I'm going to be drinking a lot of coconut stuff in Thailand, but see what, it's hot, so let me do iced coconut milk latte. Let's do that. Okay. So that's 35 Hong Kong dollar. And I'm just going to do a la carte. Maybe I can see some different options. Stuff that they made. Yeah, so they have grilled chicken. Pasta, that's something different. Chicken, eggs, so a lot of chicken stuff I've noticed. But I don't really need all that. Eggs and hamburger. I don't know. I may just stick with something simple. I'm not real hungry, and I'll probably eat again. Or as soon as I get off the subway, more than likely. But let's just do, I'll do a deluxe breakfast. So that's 28. And we're doing a la carte because I already got a drink and to order. Okay, so $63.50. So divide that number by 7, and that's the cost. So about the same as US, maybe a little bit cheaper. So let me pay and then I'll sit down. Okay, so this took about maybe a minute at the most to get, so extremely fast. This is what it equates to. So $63.50 is $8.11. Let's try this iced coconut latte out. That's good. It's really good. Not real sweet. They don't like things really sweet, I've noticed. But it tastes good all the same. And Wi-Fi here, so that was another plus. Okay, so this is the Airport Express. So you see you got, it's a little bit more comfortable to sit down than just standing on the MTR. And here's the line, so it doesn't go that far. You go Hong Kong, Kowloon to Xinyi, and then airport. And they got a little branch where you can stay on and go to the Air World Expo. So here's kind of how the money system works here. Let me spread this a little bit so I can see. So you'll have $50. Usually about the only places you can really use this, I think, are at the MTR. That's the only time where you need it. And then it's like a $2 piece. So put this in. I'll have some extra change later, and I'll probably be bored at the airport, so kind of may go over this again later. But here's $1. Then there's the thicker coin. It seems like 3/4 stuck together. That's a $5. And then they got a real small one. I don't have it, but that's $10. And it's got a little gold circle in the middle. And it's got the numbers on so $2, one's $1. So the whole coin thing's kind of, it gets kind of old. I'm gonna drop this. So that's the whole coin system. I don't know if they got a $20 coin. And then for the money system, the cash, it's like this. Okay. Let's see if I can zoom in. So this is a $10. And some of the bills look different depending if they're older or newer. So there's a 10. I guess that's about the equivalent of a $1 bill, if that gives you any idea, for their currency. So 20. Okay. And a 50. And 100. And then as far as I know, there's just a 500. It may go higher than that, and I don't have any 500s. 500 is pretty much the equivalent of like a $100 bill in America. Trying to get that broke is kind of difficult. So I'm sure a lot of people don't want the coins, because that gets real heavy. It'd be like paying somebody in quarters for, like a soft drink or something. That'd just be too much. But I'll spin this around, I guess. There we go. Yeah. So, in case you're wondering too, I've got a couple of these polos, and I finally found a polo that fit well, that kind of look good with any kind of clothes. White goes with anything. So I've got multiple shirts in case anybody's wondering why I'm wearing the same shirt. And same with the pants. I figured a khaki type pant will be light, cool, and I'd be able to kind of mix mix and match. I can buy just like whitish type t-shirts or gray t-shirts or something that are light colored, and I won't get too hot, and it'll match well with anything. So that's kind of how I packed. So I wanted everything to fit in this bag. So in Thailand, everything will be a little bit cheaper, and so from there, I'll be able to just buy clothes. I'll probably spend $5 or $6 and get about 10 shirts or something. So that way when I get all sweaty, I'll just, put it to the side. And more than likely, because I won't be able to bring everything back to America, I'll probably just give the shirts away to somebody, But yeah, even over there, though, I think people, they can buy clothes. It's just the housing situation, transportation, and everyday living, maybe a little bit more. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody that would really love to have the clothes. So I'll probably just wear them and then just hand them off. They can wash them. But free clothes, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is the view from the Airport Express. We just left Xingyi. That's that little thing that's beeping. We're almost there. We just left Kowloon going to Xingyi, and then airport is the next stop. So it's a pretty good ways, but not too bad. And this is the fastest way to get from Hong Kong Central Station, or around the Admiralty Station area, to the airport. So I think it would have been cheaper. That's probably why Michelle was telling me to go all the way to I think Xingyi or Tung Chung or something like that. Those stations, because that would have shortened the distance that I'd have to be on the airport. But I don't know. I figure I'd just get on this. It might have saved maybe the equivalent of, maybe $15, but for me it's kind of worth it to have something easy and what I was familiar with instead of trying to learn something new. So I didn't know if I had to go 3 lines instead of just 2. So having the simpler route to me was the way to go. But now if she was with me, yeah, she'd be able to walk me through how to get to which gate and or which terminal and all that kind of stuff for the subway. So it looks like they're building a lot of stuff near the or no, this is not building, this is shipping. So yeah, the airport's on Lantau Island, so I guess the whole bottom of Hong Kong is just shipping. You can see all those storage containers stacked up. So those are all going to go on barges and go overseas probably. So big export area. And then on this other side, you can see the mountains of Lantau Island. And at sort of on the other side of Lantau Island is where the Tao fishing village was, where Michelle and I spent the day. So I didn't enjoy the boat ride. I don't know if anybody can hear me on this, but not the boat ride, but the bus ride. The bus ride was miserable for me because it's all this jerking back and forth. I got some of it on video so you can see, but it's maybe the altitude difference combined with I don't know. It was just so hot on the bus, and then it was like just jerking around so fast. I started getting motion sickness bad, and I was like just breathing heavy. You're all cramped on the bus and stuff. So, but yeah, you can see the ports, and then more of the island there. So real pretty. A little boat going by. You can see all the buildings. You can see how they just stack up. Tall. I don't know if it really reflects how many floors that is on the video, but that's got to be about, I don't know, I would say maybe 200 floors. Tall buildings. So most of Hong Kong is a nature reserve. There's the walkway. That's kind of cool. A little park there, like a water park it looks like. That may be Disneyland. I don't know. is. And so now we're at Xinyi, and then one more stop, Airport Express. And I'm probably gonna put my camera all the way up and stuff because I got to get through the immigration checkpoints and all that. And I'm just not familiar with it, and everything. So I'm not sure if I can even record that process. So I just want to get through it. Okay, so you're probably only hearing this intercom. So I'm at Hong Kong International Airport now, and I'm waiting for my flight to Bangkok. I got here way too early, but I figure it's better to be early than late. I probably said this a million times on this. I may have to chop all this off, edit and stuff. But I'm like super close to this camera too. Need to back it off. All right. So the gate, I don't even know what gate to go to. The flight got pushed back about 20 minutes, so not a big deal because there's no connecting flight. It's just straight to Bangkok from here. But it's about 4 hours until the flight takes off, so I'm just kind of wasting time. There's a board behind me that gets updated, and it's got all the times for the next 3 or 4 hours, so it just hasn't shown the gate yet. It does show the flight. I'm saying every other word, I think, because I'm rambling. But I guess I could talk about the whole flight getting here. Okay, so from Jackson to Dallas, the American Airlines, it didn't feel like the air conditioner worked, so it was kind of stuffy on that plane. It was real small to begin with. Everything was rushed, but it's only an hour flight, so what do you expect? So everything was like just quick, and then in and out, like I don't know. I guess there wasn't any time for anybody to really talk to each other or anything because you're only on there an hour, so everybody just kind of kept to themselves, and everybody slept for the most part, or watched their tablets or videos or whatever. Got from Jackson to Dallas. Now the airport there's like this little A through D little section. I guess that's terminal sections or something, or maybe that is the terminal itself. I'm not sure, but anyway, I think there was around 40 gates, if I'm not mistaken. There could be more, but anyway, all I know is that on the ticket, my gate said 40, I think is what it was. So, or I was at 40 and had to go to gate 1 of all things. So I had to go all the way to the very end of the airport, and I didn't realize that the gates could change. And so I got there was nobody there. I was like, well, where's all the people? Am I the only one on the flight? I was about 2 hours early, I think, for the flight, but still. And then I find out it's at this other gate. So I'm like, so of course I go find the gate first, so I know exactly, how far I can get away, to go look at this or that, and then make it back to the gate, because you got 2 hours. You don't want to just stay at the gate the whole time. So I went, found a Whataburger, and so it was like about 40 minutes for time to load the plane. I didn't think the plane was there, right? So apparently the whole plane got loaded because it's such a large plane. You got 3 rows of 3 seats, for the width. And so I was over there eating a Whataburger. All I hear is, I'm looking at the clock too. I think I got 30 minutes before they even start boarding. But no, that's the departure. So they're like, Andrew Connolly. I was like, oh man, I gotta take off running. So I got up, took off. Made it to the plane, and about 5 minutes later they shut the door. I was like, I just did get on this plane, So I know now you gotta. They're ready to close that door 15 minutes before that departure time. Okay. And then it was about 17 hours, 16 and a half on a plane this size. So, anyway, so the seats don't really recline all the way back. You can only go back about 1.5 inches. So, you might as well just leave them up. And then, as far as leg room, you got to sit like this. You really can't even stretch your legs out. You might can stretch them like straight in front of you just a little bit, but you can't like, it's just miserable. It's miserable on the flight. I was sitting next to a guy. Nothing against anybody's weight, but he was a large guy, so he had his stomach like pretty much taking up over half of my seat. Like I had to, like his whole belly was just sitting on me. I was like, But he was nice though. He was a cool guy, but it was uncomfortable. And then it was all hot and stuff, But there was areas, just the body heat from all the people together was hot. And so I didn't want to ask the guy because he had a cane too. I was like, oh man, I hate to ask this guy to get up a lot, But I did get up 3 times during the flight, 2 for the bathroom, mainly to have something to do, I think, or to get up and stretch. And then one time I got up in the middle of the flight. I even woke him up. I'm like, man, I got to stretch my legs. I've been sitting like this for about 8 hours. It's like I got to get up. So we had a meal about an hour into the flight, and then another meal an hour before the end of the flight. It was good too. It's like American food, but I mean, I was kind of looking forward to having some Chinese stuff, on the flight even. But no, that wasn't the case. But it was good, good meal for, I mean, anything was good on the, on a plane. But so anyway, at the airport now, and I guess I'll give you a view of the Lantau Island and everything around here. Okay, so you can see off in the distance this Lantau Islands, and a lot of people go hiking and stuff in the mountains, and I don't know where Tai O would be, but it's pretty much like over the mountain and then down a little bit, and you'll have toward the ocean on the other side. So it could be way over here. I don't know where it is in correlation to the airport, but anyway. And then you can see the buildings probably. I'm not sure how well it zooms in. I just left the wide lens on here, so anyway. But those are buildings in the distance, and it must be about maybe 100 floors, it looks like, on these. So not as tall as like downtown Hong Kong area, like Kowloon and stuff, but still, Anyway, so that's kind of around there. And this is the airport. So I'm on just like kind of in the middle section. They got, I think it's 4 food courts, if I'm not mistaken here. Could be 3, but anyway, I'd stopped at so I went to Burger King because that was the only thing open, and McDonald's had a line that, I mean, it looked like it was going to take an hour to get through. So I went to the other side, and there wasn't like 5 or 6 people there at the other end of the food court area. And so I was wanting to get some Popeyes so I could show Michelle like what a piece of chicken from Popeyes looks like, and the batter and stuff like that. Compare it to Jollibee's, it's the closest thing I could do. But because she didn't even know what a Popeyes was, so I thought I'd do that. But I just sent her a picture of what it looks like. And it was about an hour and a half before they even opened, so I went to Burger King, got a Whopper. Only thing is, in China, the Burger King, they do it right. Like, the burger is like 3 times the size of what it is in America, and it actually it tasted good. It was really good. French fries at McDonald's are still better than Burger King, but overall, it was definitely worth the money. I think it showed the U.S. price. I thought that was cool, and in addition to the Chinese price. But U.S. price was $5.99 at the airport for Whopper, fries, and a drink, like the combo. I was like, so it's 3 times the size of what it is in America and less than half. Almost, not close to a third, but not too far from a third of the price, So I thought that was something, I was impressed. And it tasted good. It was good. Maybe I was hungry too. But, and then now I've got about 3 hours to waste, so I stood in line at McDonald's. Got a medium French fry just to have something to snack on, something fried, stay on my stomach. And iced coconut latte. Of course, this one doesn't have as much flavor as the one I got when I was in Mong Kok, Hong Kong. So, but it's still good, It's iced coffee, something cold, kind of chill me down. So now I'm getting on the flight. I got got a full stomach, and I got plenty of liquid in me, so it should be comfortable. It should be tided over. You know what I mean? So until I can get into the hotel, get all my stuff situated, and kind of get my bearings. Like where I'm at. That sort of thing. The hotel's it's going to be easy to find. And I did this on purpose. I chose a hotel that was pretty close to the bus station stop, to where it's only like less than a minute walk. So, I definitely didn't want to hunt. You know what I mean? Because in Bangkok, I don't think everything's going to be in English as far as the signage. So, Hong Kong, you got the English and the Chinese pretty much everywhere. The only exception was when I went to Tai O, the menu was in Chinese, but that was okay because I was with Michelle and she had her cell phone and she could do Google Translate, and so that's how I was able to order the food yesterday. But so anyway, waiting to find out what gate to go to. This flight's not too bad. I think it's like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, to get from Hong Kong to Bangkok. And it's pretty good ways, I think, as far as flights, I guess. Anyway, so we're going to get there. First thing, I'm just going to exchange probably a small amount of money to start with, because I'm sure the exchange rate's going to be, a big difference at the airport compared to, outside. But I could be wrong. So I may I gotta see how much. I gotta look over my paperwork real quick and see how much the estimate on the cost to get from the airport rail to the BTS to the MRT or MTR, whatever they call it. See what I'm looking at for that, and I'll probably just do the money transfer or conversion. Do the money conversion for that amount, just to get me to the hotel, as well as to have a little bit of money for something to drink and maybe something light to eat, But pretty much if I don't find it on the way to the hotel, I'm not going to buy it. It's going to be one of those situations. So it's pretty much like when I get off the bus station or subway, the first place that has like a Coca-Cola, I'll probably buy it, or a bottle of water that's cold, Do that and then get to the hotel and check in. And, first night, I'm just going straight to sleep. I don't care about sightseeing, I don't care about anything but getting to the hotel and sleeping. And then in the morning, I'm kind of thinking of this, just waking up naturally. I'm almost set my alarm clock so I don't oversleep. But anyway, so tomorrow is mainly just doing something tomorrow night. I figured that'd be the best move, and for that I'm just going to Chinatown and eating and checking out the sights there. So that's going to be it for tomorrow night, and then after that I'll start doing more of the touristy stuff, like kind of venturing out to different like temples and stuff like that.